Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Savage 23 back at it again with another video. Yeah, I know what y'all thinking. Y'all thinking, Steve, bro, you've been lacking on the video, on making videos a lot. Like, what's been going on, bro? Like, we haven't heard from you since God knows when. What's been going on? Like, you've been lacking, bro. I know I'm sorry, y'all. I've been dealing with a lot, especially dealing with this corona stuff, with this corona BS, and been doing that remote learning on the computer, you know, trying to catch up with my work, cause y'all know your boy graduating, even though all that got canceled, and I'm mad as ever. But hey, I can't do nothing about it. Yeah. But anyway, enough of all that. I got another reaction video. Yes, I was bored. Yes, like I said, due to the corona, I was bored as ever. So I was like, might as well just make a video while I'm at it. So yeah, yes. Now, and we will be reacting to a video called "I Was Attacked by a Psycho in an Alleyway." If I said that right. But yeah. I ain't gotta talk too much. If you're new, subscribe. Leave a thumbs up on this video. The link to my social media will be in the description. And let's go.
This fact happened when I was 15 years old. Beginning of last year, 2018, when I finally got to sophomore year here in Brazil. Okay. It was an ordinary Friday night. Suddenly, I felt a little bit hungry, so I decided to put on some clothes and go to the snack bar. It was barely 10 minutes from my house.
Oh, okay, that's understandable.
I usually pass through the alley to go to the snack bar, but that time, everything was so creepy in there.
I don't really mess with Alleyway.
When I was halfway there, it was dark, empty, abnormally cold and gloomy. I felt slightly intimidated, but there was nothing there that could really harm me. So I decided to just go through that alley. Then I thought, nothing's gonna happen. I kept going until I suddenly heard something weird on the other side of the alley. There was a man in there, staring at the walls in hunchback stance, grunting weirdly. I found that incredibly creepy, but I was nearly at the snack bar, so all I needed was just to get out of that alley. Walk 1 minute more and I finally would get there, instead of making it all the way home with empty hands. Thus, I decided to ignore him and pass through after all. I finally passed through him. He turned to me and stared at me with a creepy smile, which made me walk a little bit faster, trying to avoid him. Then, suddenly, I heard a grunt and quick steps behind me. When I looked back, it was him. We were barely 2 feet away from each other. He had a kitchen knife in his right hand and jumped on me with amazing speed and tried to stab me. I managed to grab both of his arms before he could get me.
Okay.
However, since he was charging at me, he still had more energy to push me back and force me against a wall. I was terrified with all of that. I knew I would die if I didn't fight back. Back then, I was already trained in some martial arts to defend myself, but that I thought I'd never need to use that skill to defend my life until now. So, in a sudden burst of adrenaline, I managed to twist the wrist which he was holding the knife, kicking his stomach, punching him mercilessly in the face several times. In the end, his face was bleeding so much, but his body was ignoring the pain of the blows in his body and only focusing on killing me. Finally, I used a training that I took before to twist both of his wrists and elbows harshly at the same time, forced in 2 different directions, and kicked the backside of his leg, putting him to the ground until ultimately he could drop the knife. It wasn't easy because he was struggling and punching my back and somehow trying to jump on me. But since I had his arm under my grasp, he couldn't do much without breaking himself. I slammed his head in the concrete ground, stunning him, then kept striking his face desperately while kneeling over his arm so he wouldn't be able to react or reach his knife again. Then finally, he was out cold, bleeding a lot. My knuckles were full of blood and hurt. So I got up, took his knife, throwing it far away from there, and ran away from him. I finally got to the snack bar, washed my hands in there, and did everything I had to do before going back home. But obviously, I didn't take the same path as I did before. But there were things that got much creepier. That was at the entrance of my apartment, where I heard screams coming from the other side of the street. It was the same crazy man. Now, seeming like he was possessed by a demon, and he was slamming his head on the iron door of my building's entrance. His face was horribly deformed and scarred from our fight. That freaked me out completely. My parents were on a trip, and the watchman of our building was on vacation. I wasn't going to fight that man again, so I decided to rush to my girlfriend's house. When I got there, she was home alone. She looked worried because I was looking pale, and there were still some marks of the man's blood on my clothes. I explained everything to her, and we called the police to come by my building. And when they arrived, the man was still in the entrance trying to force the doors unsuccessfully. When he saw the police, he attacked them, but got quickly dominated by the cops. They explained that he was probably a crazy psycho in the streets looking for prey to rape, kill, or do anything he wanted to the person. So they sent him to a high-security mental asylum for criminals far away from my house. I feel so lucky that I survived that day, and I'm hoping that I will never see that man again.
Hopefully ever. Man, y'all, that was a real interesting story, and I've seen a lot of horror stories, and some of them were good, and some of them were good too, but this one, wow. And the fact that he said that he was already trained in some martial arts, but felt like he wouldn't need to use that. Yeah, that's what I feel the same way, because I'm trained in martial arts. Well, not exactly trained, because I self-train, because I train myself. But yeah, I be feeling the same way. Like I wouldn't like. I be feeling the same way because I used to get. Y'all know I used to get bullied. If y'all didn't know, I used to get bullied a lot. Yeah. And I already knew how to defend myself, but the same as him, I felt like I wouldn't have to do that because I'm cool with everybody, and no one has ever did anything to what I'm trying to say, to bother me in any way. But hey, I got proven wrong. So I guess the moral of the story is try to avoid alleyways and learn how to fight. Well, if that's not the moral of the story, if that's not the moral of the story, then I don't know what is. Yeah. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what y'all want me to react to next. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a thumbs up on this video. The link to my social media will be in the description. And I'm out, man.